Hola amigos and welcome back to another episode of DML. So today we are going to be hatching a new dragon, and this is actually the sea turtle dragon. So this is one of the new enchantment breedable dragons from the latest update, and a lot of people used to know him as the dragon that was never around after the Show Your Paws event along with the others. But we finally got this cute little turtley boy. I'm actually in love. But an ancient creature, the sea turtle dragon swarmed the waters of Dragonlandia long before human settlers landed on the shores. It likes to remind the trainer of the fact whenever he complains about the Viking takeover. Oh, just look at him! When you touch him, you're just sort of like, oh, what am I thinking of? Almost like a, you know at the theme parks where they have those pirate ships that, like, go up in the air and everyone, like, screams because it's kind of like a mini, I don't know, like thrill ride. That's kind of what him doing that reminds me of. Don't ask me why. But either way, we'll go and place him over into this plant habitat over here. And there we go. Dragon number 312. You can see this is just a whole line of enchantment dragons, more enchantment dragons. So now we've got the leopard and the gorilla left to actually breed as well. But I don't even want to level him up. He looks so cute. Oh, silly little turtle. Also, why did I put him in the plant habitat? Really, he should be in the water habitat. Well, I think turtles are the ones that need water. I think it's tortoises that only stay on land, isn't it? Either way, I'm sorry, you'll have to make do with this tiny little stream that you've got in your habitat here, my friend. But I don't know, his adult form looks kind of derpy to me, and if you look at his back foot, it's just like a rock that's not actually connected to his body, so I think that maybe they're going for like the Rayman vibe here. You know, that old game, or I say old game, they still bring out new Rayman games like Rayman Legends and that. But either way, there we go, new dragon, super good for us, and you know, I kind of want to speed up this breeding then, because I want to start breeding for the leopard a bit sooner. I do have some 6-hour food in, so let's go and use this Seal of Darkness. And if we forge this will speed up time by 6 hours, which is going to be useful for us. So, here we go. Time will fast forward. I love having this Chronos stuff available. It's actually, like, super good. I'm just going to skip this. I don't even care. I don't even care at this point. I don't have VIP. Whatever. So, we are trying to breed the leopard again, which is brick plus tribal. What are you going to give me? An hour? Gosh darn it. Why are you going to do this to me, game? But at the same time, we do also have the clan event on, so we should actually check through our quests before we do anything. So, collect gold from the mines, breed a dragon, give your dragons food, collect gold from habitats. We can do that one first before anything else, because it only takes like 3 to 4 habitats to actually get that. Collect food from farms. Bop. Done. Done. Claim. Collect some more gold. You see, I do like these really easy quests, because it's kind of difficult on a lower level account, I'll give you that. But on this account, the collecting food and collecting gold quests are like some of the freest clan points I have ever gotten in my life. So, I appreciate you giving me those same quests, game. I actually do. Maybe repetitive, maybe a little bit tedious and boring, but it's better than me just not getting points. Because if I don't get points, I just end up not competing in the clan stuff, and that's obviously not good. Because if you're in a clan, especially one with 50 members like mine, you should realistically be putting in as much effort as you possibly can during your regular day-to-day DML activities and whatnot. So, I need to keep forcing myself to do that. So then we'll give our dragons some food. Yeah, sure, we'll feed up the heavy metal. Whatever, I don't know why it's him, but there we go. Pet some more dragons. At least with the petting dragons, we can look at some of our old dragons, like, look, it's the Pharaoh dragon. Remember when logging in for that many days seemed like a long time? It's been almost 3 years of DML now. Again, we already got to day 1000 like a couple of days ago, which is ridiculous. But I don't know. DML is just one of those games that if you have it just on the back burner or you play it every so often, it's really not a intensive game by any stretch, so you can easily rack up tons of days in it. More petting! Jesus, these dragons are gonna feel loved by the end of today. At least these void dragons, since, I don't know, let's just pet all of the void dragons if they want it. At the same time, you know, the thought of petting a void dragon kind of weirds me out. Same as petting a plant dragon, because I'd imagine plant dragons to be poisonous, and I'd imagine void dragons to be all, like, creepy and almost magical, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's just weird. I'd rather touch something like an earth dragon. You know, earth dragons are nice and cute, and, you know, I don't mind touching rocks. It might be a little bit dirty, but apart from that, there's nothing too weird about them. You get what I'm saying? Plus, a lot of the light dragons seem to be quite normal as well. Or normal-looking-ish. I don't know, I just sound like I'm spouting off nonsense. But either way, let's pop all of these books into here. And we are sieging against Talking Fishbone. I'm not sure how competitive that clan is. It may be very competitive, it may not. But either way, what we're going to be trying to do is targeting all of the card pack towers first before anything else. Reason being that I just want the Blaze Bird and all the other clan dragons as quickly as physically possible. That is the only reason. But it's a good reason, because again, I love some of the clan pack dragons, but they do make them a little bit difficult to get on purpose, of course, because, you know, if you've got something to always grind for, it sort of always gives all players something that they can keep going on with. Obviously, there are people out there that don't have a single clan dragon left to collect, or clan card pack dragon. They have the sumo, they have all of the arena dragons and everything like that. But there aren't many people like that. I think there's a very small percentage of people that have everything, but they are out there. So just introducing new card pack dragons and that every now and then. Even though if you're in, say, a small clan and you don't get many packs, you might be like, how the heck can a person collect every single one of these dragons? Well, you know, when you have clans that do crazy stuff to the extent that some do, you'd understand that you can get a lot of the clan dragons actually quite quickly. And, you know, it's just how this game works. The more that things continue to, or the more dragons that keep getting added, the more map that keeps getting added, more player level increases that happen, is just going to create a wider divide between new players and older players, essentially. Not in terms of, like, age. Your age in this game obviously makes no difference, but I think you get what I'm saying. And people have done this before, where they've, like, seen a video of Andy one-shotting the mini-boss fight, and they're like, how the heck can you deal 1 million damage plus? That's insane! I'm like, whoa, you're living in a different world to me at this point. Holy. But it's just about damage scaling and, you know, making the game as physically pay-to-win as possible. So, I don't know. Pretty much everything in this game is obviously pay-to-win because it's a mobile game. The probably least pay-to-win thing about this whole game are the events that they bring out. Some of them are, I'll give you that. The ones where they actually let you skip fights with gems and that are the most pay-to-win things ever. But do you remember the boss challenge event with the stupid element requirements where it was like, you have to have a single dragon, or you have to have all of your dragons have the void element to do this fight, or something like that. You know, that was actually the least pay-to-win set of fights that this game has ever had, because you couldn't skip the fight if you couldn't do it, and there was no way to skip ahead in some of those. So you literally had to just have the dragons, otherwise you couldn't progress, essentially. I know that you could skip some of the tiles, which means that you could just do it instantly, but overall, if you just logged in enough, it was definitely possible to do all those fights. It's just, you couldn't force yourself to finish off the fights if you didn't have the correct dragons, which, don't get me wrong, I don't agree with doing that because it completely limits people just randomly for no reason. It's just to do with the point, you know. Technically, that's the least paid to win thing that this game has like ever had, which is kind of insane. But I don't know. Apart from that, you know, everything in this game is purchasable with buying stuff with IRL money. You know, you can just buy gems and then you can speed up stuff forever and ever and ever if you wanted to. Like, if you were Bill Gates and you came to DML, you could get to, like, max level within, like, I don't know, a week. Easily. Easily. If you were Bill Gates, you could do that. But, you know, some people still spend an extortionate amount on this game. Like, I've spent quite a lot over time. I don't really spend on the game anymore, but I spent quite a decent amount to get me to VIP level 19. But there are people that literally spend thousands every week in this game. And I'm like, well, you know, if you got the money and this game is your pastime, if this is what, you know, you wake up in the morning and you think, I want to relax, you know what, I'm going to play me some good old DML. And by that I mean, like, spend everything that you possibly can to immediately get you the dragons you want in DML. But, you know, at the same time, it's to be expected. It's how these games operate, it's how they'll always operate, so you just gotta accept it. I've accepted it a long time ago with this game. You know, the fact that I wasn't playing very frequently in terms of doing all of my map fights as quickly as I should, and the fact that a lot of the time I just did not play the game because the fights are extremely annoying, you know, that's my own fault. I'm just bringing myself for, or I'm making it even harder for myself at the end of the day. Like, you know that you're competing with people that probably spend quite a lot of money on the game, so you gotta be consistent, you gotta be dedicated, if you want to even try and keep up in levels with them. But it is definitely possible to have a fully maxed out level 84 star team without spending a penny. If you've ever been on some of the forums or the Facebook pages for DML, there are so many people that have never ever spent a dime on this game. A lot of people do eventually because, you know, I've been playing this game for, like I said, almost 3 years now. So to think that I wouldn't have even spent a single penny on the game at this point, it almost feels bad. Because, you know, if you play a free-to-play game for 3 years and you don't spend a single cent on it, that's kind of insanely good value from the developers. And I don't think I've ever seen a game like that in my life, where I've genuinely, after playing it for so long, not wanted to spend any money on it. But, you know, they still have to make money some way, and if a game is free to play, they can sort of get away with making stuff pay to win, of course. Not that it's a nice practice at the end of the day, where to get an advantage, you just spend money, because at that point it just becomes, who's richer in real life? You know. But kids like stuff like this, a lot of the time they don't really think about it. And adults that are into these sorts of games, they work 1 or 2 jobs, and I don't know, maybe they're not happy with the rest of their life, so they'll come home, put $50 into DML, and, you know, that'll make them a happy chappy for the next couple of days. And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, it's whatever makes you happy, whatever pleases you as part of your pastimes, hobbies, and whatever. Because it's like some people read books, some people paint pictures, some people play DML. It's all the same thing at the end of the day. And you can judge people based off of what they like to do. Like, you know, people always make fun of those that have art degrees and stuff like that, because it's like, ha! You're not gonna get a job, ha ha! And then people say, ha! Video games, you're just wasting your life, ha! But at the end of the day, it's all exactly the same thing. Because, again, someone's gonna come home from work after a 9-hour shift, and they're gonna turn on the TV wait for dinner, barely talk to their family at the dinner table, then they'll go and sleep because they're exhausted. So what's the difference between coming home, firing up a DS, playing Pokemon for a few hours, waiting for dinner, not talking to your family, and then going to sleep? You know, it's the exact same situation. Uh, I don't suggest running your life like that, by the way, but that was just an example. I don't suggest ignoring your family. If you plan on getting married, you should probably actually talk to your spouse. And if you have kids, you should probably actually bother to talk to them as well. But I don't know, maybe I'm the weird one. I don't know how families get to that extent without something going utterly terribly wrong in terms of like the relationship between everyone. But I don't know. At that point, might as well just get divorced, honestly. If you just don't talk to each other, don't care about your kid, and you just work to get away from your family, like, why are you still married at that point? I know there's benefits for being married, but it's not worth the constant hatred of your family. Or, like, not hatred, but what's the word? Where you just start to despise them for, like, their little quirks or the weird things that they do, and, you know, like, every little thing causes an argument. I don't know why I've gotten into such a serious topic discussion, but, you know, at the end of the day, if you're not happy, there's no point to stay in a life like that. If DML makes you happy, absorb yourself in DML and, I don't know, get all of your dragons to level 80, show me, and then astound me at the fact that you have like 100 level 80 dragons. There's a goal for you. That's better than ignoring everyone, isn't it? But anyway, I think that is going to do me for today, so I will continue trying to breed the other enchantment dragons. I got a stupid ruby dragon instead of the leopard last time, so we'll keep powering on and trying our best. But for now, good luck with all of your breeding and hatching and everything else that's going on, and make sure you're logging in for the Blizzard Bells event stuff. You do want to get your hands on the new dragon, so don't miss out. But until next time, I will see you then.